Greetings world. We are Anonymous, and the AEGIS Alliance. As we celebrated this Memorial Day, May 29, 2017, and honored our fallen brave men and women of our military, it has come to our attention that not all people, especially our corrupted officials in Lee County, Florida, feel the same way. It has become a never-ending cycle and it will be stopped. Mr. Gregory Scott Goodyear, who is still being kidnapped at the Lee County Jail, knows all too well. He has helped many who ended up in the web of corruption of the 20th Circuit Courts here in Lee County, Florida. Mr. Jack Sottenwilder of the United States Army, and his wife, a Marine, have fallen victim to more charades of the 20th Circuit Courts of Lee County, Florida. Our local corrupt media has reported fake news once again, and so we, in honor, will clarify this ongoing conspiracy. Mr. Rottenwilder left the army to take care of his daughter. Now he is working for a security company, and was pulled over by Fish and Wildlife officers, who accused him of speeding, on January 19, at around 7 a.m. Mr. Rottenwilder has no criminal background. He started his videotape knowing all too well about the corruption here in Lee County, Florida. This officer was actually in front of him when he claims he was speeding, and made an effort to get behind him to pull him over. He was yelling and screaming at him, and accused Mr. Rottenwilder of impersonating an officer. Mr. Rottenwilder made him aware that he was videotaping him. But the officer didn't seem to care that Mr. Rottenwilder had proof of this fabricated lie. Mr. Rottenwilder was dressed in his security clothing, and had a bulletproof vest on, a Glock 19, he also had the name of his security employer across his chest. He told the officer he will bring the video to court. The officer did not care. Mr. Rottenwilder gave the Inspector General the video for proof, and 5 days later, he was arrested for obstruction of justice, and impersonating an officer. Dirty judges. Judge Gonzalez, what are you doing? Mr. Jack Sottenwilder should have been arrested, right then at that moment, if he was guilty of such a thing. After bonding out, his attorney went to the district attorney. Later it was determined there was no evidence, so these corrupt officials brought the charges to another district attorney, in order to conspire this conspiracy. On February 23, his charges were dismissed. Since he filed a lawsuit, another sheriff who was not at the scene tried to establish another conspiracy on our brave soldier, and accused him of having a fraudulent D. 214, and stealing veteran benefits. We are waiting. We are watching. Mr. Rottenwilder was falsely arrested again, and has since bonded out. We are the Anonymous Legion, and the AEGIS Alliance has anonymous allies. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.